50 Cent recently brought Jennifer Lopez into Diddy's legal battle by claiming that she had freaked out over minors at Diddy's events, and he had some reliable evidence. As evidence for what he said, as you all know, it's not like 50 Cent plays when it comes to bringing Diddy to justice. And this time, he's also headed for Diddy's associates, including J.Lo, for a while. We believe that J.Lo's exclusive relationship with Diddy was the 1995 film that served as a setup. Must shoulder the blame, but it appears that she may have carried on participating in Diddy long after their breakup. Shenanigans get additionally. 50 Cent alleges that Ben Affleck was aware of it. That's the reason he chose to depart J.Lo prior to everything came tumbling down. But how precisely did Ben was aware of J.Lo's actions, and was Diddy really used it to blackmail J.Lo? Film of the little boys and her, according to 50 Cent. He possesses all the responses, and you won't think the items he needs to discuss right now, if any someone who is well known to us has had a. J.Lo has a history with Diddy. She and when Diddy and I dated in the late 1990s, there are several theories about how she was the woman beside Diddy's right side and was aware of more than she was letting on, similar to Bonnie and Clyde's circumstances. And she was unquestionably the, if you understand what I mean, Bonnie to his Clyde cruel. Yet nevertheless, the real nature of the depth of her connection with Diddy has consistently been kept safe. Beneath wraps, certain we were aware of her, and Diddy once stated. But there has always been discussed the idea that there was more to the than what we were aware of, and how she's consistently have anything to conceal, particularly in relation to that 1999 film. So visualize Diddy. J.Lo and I arrived at a club on time. Square is commemorating the upcoming drop. Shyne album. Diddy's 21-year-old protege, who was still rather unfamiliar with the game at the time, similar to J.Lo. However, when Diddy was holding a while as they left the club, holding a bottle of champagne, unintentionally ran across a man called Matthew Allen, often referred to as Scar in the street. Scar refused to accept it and pushed Diddy, and suddenly things there. Scar wasn't too fond of this dental bump that shoved Diddy. Suddenly things began to emerge from then. One of Scar's crew members arrived and chooses to toss in a large amount of cash. The next thing was Diddy's face like confetti. You are aware that Diddy makes his shots. Three persons amid the commotion after the firing. Among them was Natana Ruin, who was allegedly by Diddy. In the meanwhile, Diddy and J.Lo disappeared as soon as the gunfire erupted as they dove inside Lincoln Navigator with the concealed firearm. Here's the real kicker. In the trunk weren't even apprehended for the gunfire at initially. They were stopped because they stopped at a red light in an attempt to make a getaway comment about the station being untidy. Mug pictures of J.Lo and Diddy were taken, and J.Lo was supposedly bawling like a homebody. The whole location where she was handcuffed a survey at one time, and her mother appeared up shouting in Spanish at her, as I had instructed you all should avoid the dude. Her mother was aware of Diddy's nasty behavior, news and that he was going to destroy J.Lo with him and have a detrimental effect on she, and all of you were undoubtedly correct. Consider it and obtain this. J.Lo permit Diddy and his attorneys to utilize her identity to get him from the firearms accusations he was facing. Event to accounts was one of the attorneys stated. I am unsure whether you are aware, not this judge, but this individual Jennifer Lopez is a very renowned actress. Therefore, you Mr. appears and they go around together with the loading. It's absurd enough that it expands one's imagination, but for whatever reason, the defense was successful, and Diddy was cleared on all counts. And as it transpired, J.Lo's involvement in the shooting transcended her, allowing he used her name to avoid prosecution. Since he claimed in Little Rod's lawsuit that Diddy had informed him that J.Lo was the person who entered the club with the gun first, and that she was the one who provided him with the upon entering the fight with Scar, and informed him about it to begin with. What Little Rod's complaint is about remarked that he shared Mr. Cole's and the artist's girlfriend at the moment, Jennifer Lopez. J.Lo, aka carry him inside the club. Then once he entered, passed in the nation with a different person. Yes, J.Lo seemed to have been in deep bunny. Hood with Diddy because she also acknowledged in a conversation that even though Diddy betrayed her throughout they were together, she remained enamored with he would go to all lengths to support him. Mentioned that it was my first experience with someone who lacked loyalty. I was situated in the where I was and my connection with Fluff, completely lost in tears and going insane, truly put my entire existence in a complete spin. Well, 50 Cent said that J.Lo was insane, sufficient to do out whatever task he desired, including supposedly engaging in these freaks. Even after their split, he persisted in his involvement with him on the down low. And 50 Cent asserts even if J.Lo has previous marriages, apparently, she remained associated with Diddy at the time he began to get participating in oddities. J.Lo was purportedly just next to him, as per their indictment records were made public. That the defendant was involved in an enduring and widespread pattern of with regard to women and other people. This was occasionally vocal, emotional, or physical. And as a component of his women were coerced to take part in incredibly orchestrated renditions of interaction between male commercial employees and occasions when Combs and others acted at his direction, organized things for the ladies. And commercial to go to the destination arrives with guaranteed involvement from the ladies, among other things, by acquiring and giving them command over their professions by utilizing his financial assistance, and to sever the same NVI and intimidation were also used, it alleged. The accused made use of the company's operations, involving certain workers to complete, enable, and conceal himself and commercial personnel, such as personnel for home and security personnel assistants, as well as senior managers, while other close associates served as middlemen, and their behavior was made possible and supported by a rise authority over the company's operations. The federal government further disclosed that they have been monitoring allegedly went crazy celebrations for years, and that several artists have contributed to the bazaar. According to the text, Combs and other participants in the company's associates enterprise fused the energy and renown of Arrive's position at the comms company to frighten and seduce women. Enters Combs' orbit, frequently beneath the false impression of a love partnership. Combs subsequently applied force and forcing someone to participate in prolonged behaves in a way towards male commercial workers that, among other things, Combs mentions bizarre individuals. It kept having freakouts, happened often and occasionally lasted many days, and frequently entailed many commercial employees at the time of the freak-offs. Coles provided a range of controlled substances to partially maintain the submissive and cooperative, sometimes unaware that he had recorded footage. He videotaped performing acts with commercial employees following freakouts. Combs and the normally administered IV liquids to replenish lost bodily work and use wisely. 50 Cent is now asserting that J.Lo supposedly attended the freak-offs, played a proactive role in the not only about partying, but 50 Cent is currently asserting that J.Lo's bizarre partners, if you are aware, weren't always of legal age. What I'm saying? And as per an insider, not only is 50 Cent well aware of this, nonetheless, he offered that knowledge to the police and provided video footage of J.Lo in the bizarre encounters with young males. You know what's so great about 50? He's always going to detest Diddy till the last end moment, and this instance is no exception. He perhaps missed his call, and being a CIA agent, since he is going above and beyond just making fun of Diddy on social media, due to his giving the feds, the film is likely to bring J.Lo and Diddy together. Even more issues. Everyone, the documentary of it will be incredible when he eventually releases it, because this dude is really a large amount of tea that he claims to be not averse to divulging details. As per an 50 Cent, an insider is allegedly providing cables to the pals in Hollywood that the FBI has obtained Jennifer Lopez's recordings having sex with girls who are angry, plus the lads at the P-Dog off parties, and Jay was found in several inappropriate recordings that the FBI confiscated in the petty raids on homes are the cause. Lopez and Ben Affleck are starting to divorce, as Affleck was notified by the FBI about the upcoming accusations and videos. That somewhat clarifies the reports of way it was supposedly seen that J.Lo and Ben embracing and sharing a kiss, notwithstanding they begin the process of filing for divorce. It appears as though the split was a front for Ben to stay out of the spotlight individually in this, and you guys recall how the accounts of how informed individuals are. Flip has been chasing Diddy and attempting to deals quite well. Seems to be J.Lo maybe one of those individuals, because it's not about Miss Jenny from the block to descend beside Diddy.
Is that there was a lot of individuals that were involved, and I think by looking at the indictment and seeing that only Sean Combs is the only defendant currently, who knows if that increases and it gets superseded with a different indictment. But currently there's only one defendant. My guess is that all of those individuals that could have been co-defendants or could have been co-conspirators or could have been involved in a RICO case have flipped on Sean Combs, and they're getting some sort of immunity.
Well, fans have been all over it, of course, and they believe in comments saying J.Lo dated Diddy as she knew Kim Porter was still in a relationship with him. She sold herself to Diddy for fame, and now she played Adam of Diddy. Shame on J.Lo. Another person said, of course, J.Lo was involved. She was with Diddy to get her career going, and it worked now. She's such a narcissist. She knew what Diddy was like. People who want to become a big star will do anything to become one. Her ticket was Diddy. Now she's paying the price for dealing with evil. She shouldn't care. She got what she wanted, fame and fortune. But I got to know what y'all think about this. Do y'all really think J.Lo Jenny from the block was out here doing this horrible stuff with Diddy? Drop your thoughts in comments below, and then check out this next video.